Hello, my name is Joe, and welcome to another edition of Joe's Super Fantabulous PC Gaming Channel, where I'm here in Elder Scrolls Online, and I'm having fun playing through all the stories of ESO. Yes, every single one. So, this is actually the little map that I'm following. ZeniMax put this out not too long ago for their World Plays ESO event, which unfortunately I was busy doing something else, and um, but I like the idea of finally playing all the stories in order. I've never done it. So I thought I would go ahead and have fun. And I picked up an add-on that shows me where all the quests are in a particular zone, because in the past there were times where I played through a zone, came back to it later, only to find that there were quests that I had missed. So I thought, for once, I will enjoy all the stories in ESO and have fun playing through all of them.
Some people don't like the bustle of cities, but I come from a big family, so it reminds me of home.
So this is my intrepid Khajiit, Fluffy No Pants, and she is playing through her initial stories as part of the Daggerfall Covenant. So she's an unusual Khajiit in that she is not part of the Aldemary Dominion. I thought I would have fun starting her off with Daggerfall. And so we'll play through all the Daggerfall Covenant stories and eventually go on to the Aldemary Dominion and the Ebonheart Pact for Cadwell's silver and gold. One of these days, I'm finally going to be one of those people with a cooking pot on my head.
What is it?
Okay, so there are other quests to be had here in the city.
Honor and steel.
So let's see what other adventures we can get into. Whoops, oh, was there one back there that I just missed? Turning of the Trees. Well, the thing with this add-on is it'll show me quests that maybe I can't pick up as yet. It knows whether they are going to occur.
Nobody cares about us poor beggars. Could you help me? I'm next. I know I'm going to be next.
Next for what?
Murder. My friends are already dead, but the Watch doesn't care. What's one less beggar? We're nothing to them. But if someone found the killer...
Where should I start looking?
Start in the Trade District alleys. That's where old Gian was murdered just yesterday. Maybe Lieutenant Dubois will give you a reward if you do his job for him.
Okay, I'll do what I can.
Thank you. It's a terrible thing to be poor. You're invisible. No one cares.
I have some questions.
I'll tell you whatever I know.
Tell me more about the killings.
The Watch found old Gian last night. The night before, it was Ragged Ron. When one of us dies, they blame the cold or the plague. But Gian and Ron were cut up something horrible. Now they say it's a wolf.
A wolf?
Can you believe it? A wolf in the city? But that's what the Watch thinks. Who am I to say any different? Still, it feels more like murder than the work of a wild animal to me.
And why would someone kill beggars anyways?
We're everywhere. We're easy prey. Some folks just don't like us. Take your pick. This killer isn't stopping, it's brutal. Sooner or later, it's gonna start killing a better class of citizen. Then the Watch will take action.
Yeah, that's usually the way it works. Okay. So we want to go search in the alley here to see if maybe we can figure out what's going on. Well, it's not far from here, so we can take a look. Uh-oh. This man's spine was twisted up several times before he died. The attacker must have been incredibly strong. Well, I mean, if they're killing Bloodthorne cultists, it's kind of doing us a favor. Was this the Beggar King?
Get out of here. It'll kill you too.
Tell me what's going on.
It's a monster, I tell you. A monster. Prowls the alleys, shreds its victims with claws and fangs. It'll kill anyone that crosses its path. There's a dead man in the south alley, but he's no beggar. He's one of those Bloodthorne cultists.
Tell me more about the monsters.
The beast prowls along the river's edge and hunts in the alleys. It doesn't eat what it kills. It just slaughters and leaves the corpses for the rats. It's the curse of Camlorn. I want no part of this evil.
The curse of Camlorn?
Haven't you heard? Everyone's talking about it. The town of Camlorn's been taken over by an army of werewolves. Don't look at me like that. I heard Damien and Fabian talking about it.
Okay, well that's news to me.
Is there no hope? All I saw was fur and fangs. It killed that one in the alley, too.
It seems like the poor were made to suffer. I wish I had been born into a family of wealth and means.
So there's a werewolf going around in broad daylight and the watch is not doing anything about it? Seems a little unusual.
It was a monster. It tore out Guillaume's throat and disappeared into the river. It was hideous.
Oh, hello. Yep, it's a werewolf, all right. Ah. I was trying to remember before I cast it whether that, yeah, it is considered a criminal act, but I guess nobody saw me because I didn't get a bounty.
What a beast! Right out of my worst nightmares. Thank you for killing the horrible thing.
ESO features a lot of hidden dialogue where you can skip it, you don't have to talk to the NPCs, but I'm just curious to see all the things that they recorded for the voice acting. It's really impressive how much voice dialogue there is in ESO. I mean, it must be hundreds of hours. Alright, let's have a chat with the lieutenant. It's like, hey, what is going on in this city? What kind of operation you guys running here where you have werewolves
Off
running
we
around
go.
in broad daylight attacking people?
Do you know how long I've been looking for you?
No, not Stuga.
Through the woods of Daenia is highly discouraged at the present time. An unknown corruption has agitated the usually peaceful spirits of the Vale.
I've never seen the citizens so agitated. Even the beggars seem nervous these days.
I need to talk to you about the back alley murders. It was a werewolf.
A werewolf killed those beggars? You're certain? Damn. I shouldn't have ignored Matthew when he came to me. Take this as a reward, but say nothing. People are nervous enough as it is. I promise not to dismiss the concerns of the poor again.
Okay.
I learned a hard lesson. I won't turn away anyone who's in trouble again. Not on my watch. Not even a beggar.
Are you willing to discuss the murders?
With you? Yes, of course. But please, keep your voice down. No need to alarm anyone unnecessarily.
What do you know about the curse of Camlorn?
I'd say it were a lot of superstitious nonsense. Except the rumors keep coming. They say that werewolves have overrun Camlorn, north of here. With the way the Lion Guard has been acting, there's certainly something going on up that way.
Have you ever fought a werewolf?
Fight a werewolf? Never had the opportunity, and I hope it stays that way. A werewolf's bite carries the creature's curse. It can turn you into one of them. Or so I've heard it said.
Yeah, I don't think I need lycanthropy right now. Although, who knows, maybe that'll change soon. Oh, she wants to teach us crafting certification. Maybe another time. And Stuga wants to beguile us to another DLC.
I heard Bloodthorne assassins tried to kill King Casimir.
I'm trying to stick to the base game stuff and complete that before moving on to the next DLC. So I'm weeding through here to find the quests that pertain to the base game rather than trying to get me to go someplace else.
Thieves! Daggerfall is full of them. They steal anything that's not nailed down. They even stole my livestock.
You were robbed?
This was no simple robbery. It was grand larceny, and I know who did it. The Font stole my glutton. He's been itching to put my prized pig on his menu, serve him up in a stew at his wretched inn. Glutton's missing, and I just know Lafont took him.
Have you reported this to the Watch?
They said to take it up with the magistrate, but that takes too long. Poor Glutton doesn't have that much time. I need someone to rescue him before he becomes a ham sandwich.
I can find your pig. Okay, well, I guess I'm looking for a pig now. So, onward to the inn to see whether or not ham sandwiches are on the menu. Now I'm getting hungry. I love a good ham and cheese sandwich.
Not much. The elves landed, and there's been fighting throughout the area.
Welcome to the Rosy Lion, friend. Have a seat, and I'll pour you a mug of something strong.
The swineherd, Wicton, said you might be able to help me.
Did he say I stole his damn hog again? I didn't. Not this time, not last time, not ever. Do you see a pig on a spit in here? Most likely Glutton broke out and started rooting in the alleys again.
Does Glutton get into the alleys often?
Every time the pig escapes, Wicton accuses me of thievery. Every time. Ugh, what a nuisance. Look, check the alleys in the northeast section of the city. The sooner that pig's found, the sooner Wicton will shut up and leave me in peace.
I'll go take a look.
Go on. I'm sure you'll find that hog of a pig rooting around in the northeast alleys.
Okay, let's see. So that would be right over here. Glutton! The pig devours a huge chunk of the strange thorny vine. What have you gotten into now, pig? The pig squints up at you before returning to its feast. It devours the tender roots with surprising gusto. I see how you got your name.
What are you doing near that vine? Well, you won't live to reveal our secret.
Oh, so this must be the Bloodthorns. I thought their name was just kind of something they made up. I didn't realize they were named after little bloodthorns.
You found him! You found my wonderful little Glutton!
Your pig was in an alley chewing on a strange vine.
I bet Lafont was hiding him there, until he could turn poor Glutton into ribs and chops. But now I've got my prized pig back.
I don't think Lafont had anything to do with it. And I've seen vines like that before.
Lafont's guilty of something, I'm sure of it. But what do I care about strange vines? Talk to Jagesh over by the Mages Guild if you're so interested. He knows his plans. Sold me some herbs one time when a glutton ate something that upset his tummy.
I'll ask him about the vines.
Ah, someone new to talk to. Are you here for something specific or just to say hello?
Wicton said you might know something about a strange thorny vine.
A strange vine? Unusually thick and covered in thorns? In the city? Son of a troll! I've seen such vines to the north. They're connected to the Bloodthorne Cult. A clear indication that the cult is corrupting the land. Be wary of those vines. Wherever they appear, the Bloodthorne Cult isn't far behind.
I have some questions about these vines.
Well, don't dawdle. Ask your questions. I don't have all day.
Well, tell me more about the vines.
Angoff and the Bloodthorne Cult used them for some foul purpose. If you see the vines, that usually means the cult is active in the area. The vines spread an evil poison through the soil. It's a hateful substance that kills everything it touches.
So basically, they exude herbicide? Tell me more about the Bloodthorne Cult.
They're death mages led by the cursed Reachman Angoff, the Gravesinger. I heard they were causing trouble north of Glenumbra. They must be getting bolder if they're operating in Daggerfall.
Who's Angoff the Gravesinger?
Angoff's a Reachman, one of those magic-cursed savages from the border of Bangkorai. But he's more than that. He's a necromancer. They call him Gravesinger because he made a deal with the Daedric prince, Molag Bal.
Well, what a coincidence, I'm a necromancer too, although Molag Bal and I are not on speaking terms. Okay, so that goes to Orsinium. Certifications. More Orsinium. More crafting. I think maybe we have, missing prophecy.
So much to do, so little time.
I'm looking to see what other quests in the city that, Stuga, that pertain to the base content here, so that we can have fun going through Glenumbra's quests.
In the name of the king.
It's you! Huzzah!
Look, it's the hero who saved King Casimir.
Yes, it is I! Rejoice! Oh, but I don't see our quest giver.
For the Knights of the King.
Alright, so, let's see, zone guide. Let's continue the zone story. Ah, okay, so here's where we need to go next. Alright. That's the nice thing about ESO, is that if you get lost in terms of trying to find your way through the zone, you can use that little feature there to say, all right, I want to continue the zone story. Where should I go from here? So apparently the zone story continues outside the city. That's why I couldn't find anything.
What do you want?
Yes, yes, my vision dream speaks true.
Oh, whoops.
You are the one my mistress seeks.
I was driving by and I saw a skill shard, or, well, sky shard in order to get a skill point, I should say. And I thought, okay, well, here, let me pick that up. Let's see. Increased magicka recovery. I can always use that.
Excuse me, please. I have a message for you.
See, all these NPCs want to beguile you to the various DLCs, and the problem is that right now we have quite a few DLCs have piled up in ESO, and that was one of the reasons, as a new player, when I first started playing, I could never figure out which direction I was supposed to be going. So the World Plays ESO event is actually very helpful to me. 'Cause I would get lost and stuff. Oh, whoops. All right, zone story. Come on, where is... I was just looking at this thing, too. Here we go. Continue zone story. All right, so it's not this guy in front of me. So we'll ignore him.
Stranger, this forest is cursed.
I've never actually done the zone story for Glenumbra, so this should be fun.
Why has the forest turned against this place? The spirit of the weird weeps, for something drives her children mad. I fear for the innocents in this village.
What's going on here?
Something has enraged the forest. We tried to speak to the woods, to calm it, but it refuses to listen. Never before has nature refused to hear us. I fear that the land around us is dying.
How can I help?
Our purpose now is just to get these people out of here. My sisters and I can figure everything else out later. I can construct a ward to protect the villagers, but my oath prevents me from harming these creatures. I'm at a loss.
I'll take care of it. I can kill anybody. What do you need me to do?
A focus is required for the ritual to work. This torch bug, born from the soil and sap of the weird tree, will seek out untainted earth. Let's hope the corruption hasn't spoiled the entire area.
What should I do with this creature?
Let this torch bug fly where it will. Let it guide you to the essence of Aetherius. It will find the soil that is most pure and draw out what I need for my focus.
And tell me about the weird.
The weird tree, the spirit that gives life to this land. My sisters and I are Beldama Weird. We serve the weird tree. We came here to discover why anger infests this part of the forest.
Have you discovered anything?
No, and that worries me. The forest no longer speaks to us. We sensed that something was wrong, and that's why we came here. But beyond that, we are at a loss as to how to make things right.
These guys seem kind of like druids. At least that's what it feels like. What is this I'm seeing down here? Oh, a time rift. Well, you know what? Here, let me take those off of our map, because we don't need to bother with time rifts. At least not yet. Yeah, so let's not worry about time rifts. That'll be later when we get to things like Somerset and join the Sijic Order.
All right, but don't cry for Mummy.
Wow, their oath won't allow them to hurt the imps? Oh, it's not like the imps are like natural or anything. I always thought they were associated with the Daedra. Oh, and here's a lore book. Can always use more lore to rank up with the Mages Guild. Oh, good. Look at that. Everything is free in this house. It's not even considered stealing. So I guess I'll take it all. Oh, a potato. Potatoes are valuable for cooking. Okay, I'm supposed to... Oh, let's get our torch bug. I gotta follow this guy. Oh, and it looks like there is a shrine over here that I can discover. This will allow me to fast travel to this area in the future, so Might as well pick it up while we're in the neighborhood. Okay, let's call the torch bug again. And follow it wherever it wants to go. Whoops, uh-oh. My ISP messing up again. The little torch bug didn't like that and got scared. Let's call it again.
Something you need to discuss?
No, I don't want to talk to you. I'm trying to use my torch bug. Get out of the way. That's the one annoying thing about the companions is they jump in front of dialogue options, and I would really like to be able to have the option of turning off the interaction with the companion so that I'd be able to go places without constantly having the companion jump in front of me and basically want to have a conversation at the most inconvenient times. Whoops. Oh, come on. Is there... Or maybe... Oh, never mind. It's over here. I was thinking that there was a book on top of there based on what my add-on was showing me. But I guess it was over on another location. Onward! Okay, let's see.
Let's ride!
Maybe it doesn't like it when I'm mounted? Ah, here we go. Fly, little bug, fly! Okay, looks like we found it all. Now to go bring her what we found. Of course, there's always a critic. Oh, good, that's a daily endeavor. So in ESO, one of the things that we have now are daily endeavors where you get points for doing various different things. So apparently sell items to merchants, craft things with a blacksmith skill, kill a player in Cyrodiil, or dig up a chest from a map. Oh, you know what? Let's take a quick little break and repel an anchor. Since it's right here. I like to think of that as the loot horn that we just heard, where it's like, come one, come all, and get free goodies. Yoink! Okay, that person's got that one. I'll take this one.
Yes. Sacrifice those servants in my name. Let's give you something worthy to sacrifice.
Well, the worthy sacrifice lasted, what, 1 second?
I want your submission.
The Morrowind has an eye on you.
All right. Well, that was a fun little diversion. Got nice little goodies here for a second. And that brings us to level 21. So we'll add another point to Magicka. And we get, let's see, another skill point to distribute. Is this considered a crime? No, I guess not. Oh, I don't have anything on my back bar as yet. You know what? We'll go ahead and we'll pick up Boneyard. What I was thinking is that my front bar is the ability as I want to do, but for now, since I'm leveling through all these populated areas with guards, maybe I'll have a back bar of abilities that I know are not crimes to make it a little easier so that I'm not sitting there, I'm like, oh, should I hit the button? Should I hit the button? Oh, no, now I have a bounty. So let's see, just temporarily we'll make one of just abilities that are not going to get me in trouble. So let's see. Normally that would be there, so we'll put it here. And the good thing is that the weapon abilities are okay. I'm not going to go to jail for or have guards after me for using that. Let's see. And this way I get to have both of them, so this one expunges and this one heals. Oh, but I'll have to have a second weapon to go on the back bar. So currently I have this Cold Harbor's favorite staff, which she is just about to out-level all this gear. She has a full set of level 14 gear, and you'll notice that all of them have the training trait, so this has been helping her with her leveling because it stacks with the current event, which is giving 100%, plus the scroll that I'm using. So we'll probably have to see about making her some new gear here shortly. Let's see, I have an Inferno staff. It's only level 15. Well, this staff is level 20. It's an ornate staff, so it's kind of crummy. It's basically made to be sold, but do I have an enchantment for it? Sure. Actually, I can put some frost on it as well. So that's just my, like I said, this is my back bar of non-criminal acts. Make it nice and simple.
I mourn the creatures you were forced to kill. They usually aren't so aggressive.
Oh, yeah, you mean like the one trying to kill me now?
I don't want to hurt you, but now I'm going to.
I mourn the creatures you were forced to kill. They usually aren't so aggressive.
I've gathered what you need.
May the essence of Aetherius protect us all. Now please, stand back. I must perform the ritual of wording.
I'll just get out of the way.
Oh, I hope this works. There. I think that's done it. Come with me. Good. It worked. That's a perfectly fine ward, if I do say so myself.
Oh, so everybody here is now in a safe house?
Villagers.
No, as a matter of fact, I'm not.
Who are you to nonchalantly walk through flames and forest? You smell of the city of stone. Have you come to cleave our forest? Rip up our soil? Haven't the spirits already been enraged enough by your kind?
Well, I'd like to cleave something, but perhaps not soil. I'm only here to help.
So you say.
Or...
My sisters and I serve the Beldama Weird. We have a duty to uphold. You? I don't know your true intentions. Still, we could use the help of someone who isn't quite as attached to the forest as we are. You might prove useful after all.
What do you need me to do?
My sister Olina is still out there, probably trapped somewhere between the fires and the enraged forest creatures. The fires burn, our sister is missing, and the villagers are dying. Something needs to be done.
I'll deal with the fires and save anyone who's still alive.
Get everyone back here and we can keep them safe. For a while. In the meantime, we'll work on what to do next. And make sure you put those fires out. This building won't provide much protection if it burns to the ground.
By the way, who are you? Do you live in Dalen's Mill?
We are the Witches of the Weird. We serve the Weird Tree and the forest is our home. If this was Breton against Breton, we would not get involved. But something unnatural caused this. The forest has been wounded, and that concerns the Beldama Weird.
I'm going to assume the Bloodthorne Cult is involved. You still came to help.
We stand apart, but we aren't heartless. No one deserves to die for something they haven't done.
Do you know why the forest became so hostile?
Isn't it obvious? The people of the City of Stone caused this. They have no regard for the natural world. Nature only bends so far before it begins to suffer. Then it reasserts itself. Nature always prevails. That's why the vines appeared.
What vines?
The vines. They started appearing weeks ago, bursting through the soil and spreading throughout Glenumbra. We've never seen such vines before, and even the Weird Tree was engulfed by the strange growths. Whatever's happening, no one is safe.
Oh, yeah, I was right. Bloodthorne Cult. All right, well, let's see how many people we can save. First of all, we need to grab a bucket of water. And let's see if we can put out some fires. Whoops. Oh, I guess I have to deal with these guys first. I guess there's no one around to see my crime, so I can get away with stuff. Let's see. Shouldn't I get a prompt to... There it is. Use my fire bucket.
No more! Mura will not stand for it! You won't hurt any more of Mura's friends!
Yeah, stomp that thing to death. Oh, by the way, while I'm here, see any free souvenirs? Well, I'll take this pie. Looks like everything's free, so... Oh, she has a bookshelf. Oh, look at that. This is why I read all the books. I just got a skill increase on my destruction staff, which I use constantly. So, I appreciate that.
These creatures show up in the night, try to take everything from Mura. This one has worked hard to make friends, find people who would accept her. Mura will not allow these beasts to kill her friends.
There are survivors. They're at the mill.
Do you speak the truth? Mura thought everyone was dead. Now you tell me good news, and hope fills this one's heart.
The Weird Sisters are protecting your friends.
Mura has heard tales of the witches who roam the west. Some good, some bad. This one will not turn down help, though, yes? Mura will find her way back to the mill. Just let one of those creatures get in this one's way.
Oh, yeah. Bring it, sister. Okay, let's see. Oh, just making sure there's no other free souvenirs to be had. That are, oh, well, I can always take some grapes. Stuff them in the craft bag. Oh, and a free pumpkin. Could come in handy later for cooking. I'm sure Mura won't mind.
Change of plans?
Oh, don't get in my way. I'm trying to look to see if that was a book worth reading. Okay, do I need to refill this water bucket, or is it just magically always have enough water to put out every fire? Okay, looks like we've got everything taken care of here. Always be sure to loot these guys. Somebody else in here? Oh, but that's the safe house. Okay, so I have people to save this direction.
I don't want to die out here. You've got to help me.
Are you injured?
Injured? Injured? What does that matter? Everyone's dead. I think I'm the only one left.
You're not the only survivor. Head to the mill. The villagers are gathering there.
Survivors? I'm not all alone? Oh, thank the 8. I have to get to the mill and see who else is still alive.
Oh, there goes the loot horn again. Oh, it's just so tempting.
Get back, you fetcher!
It's very easy XP and gold, so I can't resist. If the loot horn's going to go off, I need some more XP. After all, I have a couple of bonuses on and all this XP gear. It's the perfect time for this kind of stuff.
When oath bounds are weak, there is pain and shame and darkness.
I really don't like your odds.
These mortals are strong, but not strong enough.
As you can see, I'm getting Fighters Guild rep for destroying all the Daedra. They also love it when you kill undead. So whenever you get XP with them, or, well, any other faction, it'll appear in the upper left-hand corner. Okay, let's see. Oops, looks like we have another fire to put out.
Just stay with me. We'll get out of this somehow.
My daughter. She can't be gone.
I'm sorry.
My darling daughter.
These
No.
somehow. Otherwise, we're going to.
She can't be dead. No, no, no.
There's no time. Put out these fires now.
Okay, I'll see what I can do. Got my magic bucket. It never seems to run out of water. course, the imps don't like it. They want to see more fire.
Did my sisters send you to aid us?
Yes, you need to head back to the mill.
The Mother Spirits guide us. I tried so hard, but I wasn't able to save more than this single villager. I'll make sure we both get back to the mill.
No! My beautiful daughter! Please say something! You have to be all right. You have to be.
We have to go. We can't stay here any longer. Your daughter's gone.
We can't just leave her here like this. I have to say goodbye. Wait. What are you doing? What's happening?
Oh, I guess your daughter is worm food. Sorry. Hey, let's get a better view up here.
Off with you, Swit!
Would it kill them to run away? Well, no, I guess it wouldn't. Maybe they should try that.
I guess somebody's hiding over here. I couldn't see them from the other dock, but oh, yeah, here we are.
It's good you got here when you did. You were much more merciful than I was about to be to those creatures.
Yeah, are you all right?
Ha! Better than those imps after I get through with them. Assuming you didn't kill them already. You did. Kill them all, I mean, didn't you?
The way is clear to the mill. You'll find safety there.
The mill, of course. Well, if I do run into any hostile creatures along the way, they'll regret the day they decided to invade our village.
Oh, I see Addicted to Capping says, back to your question from the other day, I would like for a moderator to keep my zone safe. You will have all the tools available to you to manage the Discord server. Well, that's very kind of you. Like I said, I guess we'll need to sit and chat sometime about what the rules are for your Discord server. Everybody has their own idea about what is and isn't appropriate. You know, my own rules for my own server, where it's basically don't be a jerk. If you're, making people feel bad and being unpleasant, that's definition of a jerk. It is subjective, but generally people will let you know. You're like, am I a jerk? And people are just like, yes, Joe, you are totally a jerk. It's like, oh, okay, just checking. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, Addicted to Capping further says, I haven't played GTA in about 6 months. They changed the amount of money you get from Prime from $1 million a month to only $400,000 a month, and expanded and enhanced got delayed until early 2022, and I ran out of things to do in the game. Yeah, it'd been a while since I've been in Grand Theft Auto Online. I log in every once in a while to claim a few $100,000 here and there, but yeah, I noticed the amount of money seemed to be less. So I pop in just to get the money. Every once in a while, for a little stress relief, I'll go into GTA, where I'll just go in to shoot things or steal cars. It's a nice way to unwind at the end of the day. In the real world, I have to be very polite, very diplomatic. I have to deal with people who scream at me, and for some reason it's okay for them to act like jerks. But if I ever lose my temper, people really freak out. I guess because they don't expect it from someone like me. So for me, GTA is stress relief, So by day, I'm Joe, the mild-mannered person that seems to have a very thick skin and can deal with all manner of characters. And by night, I'm beating hookers, stealing cars, and shooting police officers, but only in fantasy. Like I said, it makes a good stress relief at times. I mean, maybe I'll stream it sometimes. I sometimes troll people in GTA. I'll basically just log into a random session, start committing random murders and blowing up stuff. I'll rack up 4 or 5 stars, and then kite a huge mob of police to the biggest group of players I can find, and then just stand next to them. Meanwhile, the Los Santos police are not too concerned about, say, bystanders, and they shoot everybody, you know, even if they have to shoot through them to get me. And then the players shoot back, and now they have 4 and 5 stars, and it's kind of funny. I'm a bad player sometimes. Okay, let's see. How do we get up here? Oh, come on. Oh, great. Now I've got stuff on me. Oh, there it is.
I thought I was the last one left out here. Well, get up here and fight beside me.
Oh, well, I would like to, but... Alright. Let's deal with this before I can talk to the NPC.
I thought I was the last one left out here. Well, get up here and fight beside me. Today is a glorious day to die.
So how many of the creatures have you killed?
Every last one of the damn things that got too close. A Nord never gives up, and a Nord never backs down from a fight. I'll keep fighting and swinging my axe until my arm falls off, and then I'll find a way to fight some more.
The surviving villagers are gathering in the mill. You should join them.
I'm not afraid to die, stranger. But I might as well do it while defending the village. Thanks for the help. I look forward to fighting at your side back at the mill.
All right, see you there.
You lead.
Oh, I hate to hear that loot horn calling me again, but I'd like to continue with the story, so...
Perhaps I was too quick to pass judgment on you. These people, including my sister Olina, owe you their lives.
I did what I could.
The remaining fires should burn out soon. You did what you could, but the forest's rage has ravaged this village. It's terrible, for sure. But a small part of me is thankful that these saws won't operate again. My sisters and I should be able to open a path to safety, but we'll need your help again to make this work.
That ward will buy us some time. Now we have to figure out what to do next.
The villagers can't hide in the mill forever.
Agreed. The mill is safe for now, but we need to get the villagers out of here. My sister Johanna has a plan to help the villagers, but we need your assistance. If you're willing to help us, please talk to her.
Okay, so we have villagers here trapped in a mill, and we need to see about getting them out. But I'm looking at the time, and this is probably a good spot to end this video. So join me next time here on Joe's Super Fantabulous PC Gaming channel, where we'll continue our questing through Glenumbra as part of Fluffy No Pants' questing through all the stories of ESO. It should be a lot of fun. So we'll see what the Weird Sisters have planned next time. See you then.